Welcome to TheoTrade. This is Don Kaufman. Here we are. It is December 21st, 2017, doing the Theo Night video. Well, one of the things I like to do as we come closer to the end of the year is look for opportunities amongst many of the sectors. What you're seeing on the screen over here, well, first of all, looks like a complete and utter mess, but what you're actually looking at on the screen right now happens to be a variety of different ETF products. Again, a variety of different ETF products compared to the spiders. And the reason I do this, and I'll give you an idea, like I'm comparing things like the XLU, okay? I'm comparing things like the XLF, which happen to be what? The financials. XLU, is utilities over here. Down below, we have the XLE, which is energy. Right up top is the XLK, which happens to be none other than technology. If you take a look, I was talking about XLU a second ago, that's it right there, tanking to the downside towards the end of the year. And, so the reason I do this is to gain, again, not only perspective on some of the sectors versus the S&P 500, right? You come towards the end of the year, you're like, all right, how do some of the different sectors do? Obviously, what? Technology has been incredible. At the same time, energy has kind of been the odd sector out. But I will tell you something interesting about that. If you take a look at energy, it looks like, fund managers, they're willing to buy anything into the end of the year. Prop this marketplace up. And they kind of dress the market, towards the end of the year. Anyway, energy is still down about 5.5%. But so I'm looking at energy and I'm like, wow, look at the deviation between energy and technology. It's nothing less than phenomenal. Now, I don't have it in me. I just don't. In terms of risk, you could go out here and what could you do? You could be short energy or short, I should say, the XLK. So that's short tech. And you could be net long, for instance, energy. But when I say I don't have it in me, all right, this has been a high risk trade. Now, it's make no two ways about this. I'm no fan right now of technology. Okay, I absolutely do want to be short technology, but I think that this kind of trade is an extraordinarily high risk trade because they're not necessarily interrelated, meaning that, technology, energy over here, it's a little bit of a reach. But let me give you another idea. And this is something that really has kind of come up. So blank the chart over here for just a second. That happens to be the spiders. But let me give you another sector. So a moment ago, again, we're looking at the XLE. And the XLE, it's pretty shocking here that towards the end of the year, this thing is just exploding to the upside. Again, it just feels like fund managers are like, come on, let's prop this marketplace up. We can't possibly let it fall. Towards the end of the year, they are just buying energy. But again, if you take a look at energy, and I'll put it in percentage terms, it's still going to end up down about 5.5%. But then what really struck me as odd is I looked at IYT. Now, IYT is not a very liquid product out there. Okay, it's the transports though. And the reason I'm bringing this up is this just doesn't sit well with me at all. I'm looking for a trade idea and I'm seeing that the transports, yeah, that's right. These things are up 18%. But the thing that I can't get over, how are the transports going straight up when energy is also going straight up? That means, oil prices are increasing, but don't worry. The trucking companies, they love it. FedEx must love it. I'm being a little sarcastic. This typically does not work this way. Now, IYT is not a liquid product, so you have to start to look towards a couple of the products that you might want to take advantage of. And when I say take advantage of, what do you think I'm thinking about doing over here? Okay, well, what I'm thinking about doing, and I'll kind of script it out for you, is if you take a look at some of the transports, okay, transports, well, these things are exploding to the upside. Then down here we have the XLE, which is energy, okay, which is also exploding to the upside. In this particular circumstance, I'm thinking about going short in some of the transports, okay, and remaining long in the energy sector. Now, it's not because I'm wildly bullish in energy. I'm getting long in the energy sector, offsetting a degree of my risk, okay, for shorting the transports out there. Now, what transports, okay, are liquid enough? Because as I said, the IYT isn't exactly doing it for me. Well, one of the key things that you have to look at is you have to start to look at, okay, for instance, IYT and what really, what creates IYT. So I looked at it. FedEx is one of them. Now, FedEx just went through earnings, things up 33%. It's a liquid product. It's got liquid options. So what I would suggest in this particular circumstance is give yourself a little bit of time to be right, time to be wrong, time to laugh, time to cry, and really take a stab at this, okay, using an options play. There's a couple of different option trades that you would be able to take advantage of. For those of you, if you got a little bit more capital, okay, what you can do is you can use, if you wanted to short for something like FedEx, you can use deep in the money puts. Now, I'm all the way out 57 days out, okay? These are like 87 delta puts. They're trading for right around 20 bucks. Okay, but that's a $250 product, okay? Consequently, I want to go long in terms of XLE, and XLE is a $71 product. Now, to go long in here, we could actually use what? Deep in the money calls. Now, okay, to conserve time here, we're just doing like a nightly video. This is something I'm going to describe a little bit more in the TheoTrade chat room, but the whole key here is how do you align the XLE into, okay, FedEx for this type of a trade? And I got to tell you, rather than just look at a marketplace and be like an assumption like, yeah, I think this is going up, or yeah, I think this is going down, okay? It makes sense these days to be long short, all right? To mitigate risk in long short positions, to recognize aspects like, hey, should energy stocks be going higher and transport stocks be going higher? And recognize that, hey, there's a trade in there. Thanks, everybody. Hopefully you can join us here in the TheoTrade chat room all throughout the rest of this week. Yes, we will be here the week of Christmas as well, and we'll explain a number of different trades precisely like this. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.